Hello one and all, this is your lovely host Acularius, and we are in version 5 of MEIOU Tax's 2.0 beta. We have a bunch of submods, some of them of which are familiar. MEIOU stands for Mihi Est Imparare Orbi Universo. And the submods we are going to be using in this playthrough are colonization, like what I have installed right now, are colonization fix, Vitrum Orbis Terrarum, which is a graphical submod. Thank you for the subscription, Meme Prince 69. Simple Water mod, which is also a graphical mod, disables water. Starting idea groups and progresses for the AI. I think it really improves their fighting capabilities. Feels that way. When it releases for version 5 or until I get confirmation, eventually I'll put back Humanist Minority Control. I do have Food Information tab installed for version 5. Voice Seed Loon. Like this is another reason why I'm like pushing towards Brandenburg, and I do dream of an Italian state game one day, Dragon Fighter 3, and rebalance court and education cost when that is also confirmed for version 5. I feel we could probably get, slide that in as the series progresses, and I will notify you when we do so. That being said, we did a straw poll. It was a tie between England and Brandenburg out of Austria, England, Brandenburg, Moscow, and the Turks. So I was leaning towards Brandenburg because we did a fairly colonial game, and we did already play in essentially Western Europe. So I was leaning towards a more Eastern Central Europe kind of game. That's why most of the choices were in the East and Central Europe. Austria, Moscow, Brandenburg, and the Turks. So yeah, 4 of the 5 choices were in this area. Play with Mali? No, I'll be honest, I could care less about those places. The only other places I'd be interested in playing are like Persia, maybe India one day. I almost have a desire to try out China and Japan. Africa is pretty much just like, hi European powers, take my land, and they will eventually do it. Because I've done it. Spain did it in our last series. I have no desire for Africa. It's So we're gonna play Brandenburg. Heads up, it's gonna be a rough start. Play with the Turks. Maybe another series. I definitely am interested in the Turkish Empire. That would be fun. Like, I have my biases, and I did allow voting on the choices. It was on Discord for a bit, and then I did a channel update, so that had all the links. We are going forward with Brandenburg. So let's get our start stuff down. Poland and Meissen. Those are pretty good rivals to start with. We're going to have a rough start. I already know it. We're going to be losing these provinces through a series of events, and same with these provinces. Bohemia and these to Poland. As the state or the area of Brandenburg goes through a series of houses, eventually landing on Hohenzollern, I believe. Conquer Magdeburg is always a good mission. So we'll do that. Oh, right. And then we'll probably just let the game run a bit to get her going. Special map out, just hide. Yeah, okay. So, am I gonna form the HRE? I'm likely trying for Germany as Prussia. Definitely, since I'm going to be going the Protestant route. Let's get all the tags. Let's get rolling. The choices were sucky. Well, those were the ones that I was interested in. That being said, we need to pay for corruption. Not like I'm paying anything right now, so it's not started up yet. Let's put down everything because Brandenburg is not as wealthy as our. We don't even have forts. Good lord. Brandenburg is not as wealthy as our game prior. Why did I rival Poland? Because it's not like Poland can do anything at the moment. If they declare a war at me, they pull in the Emperor. So it's just a easy game for longtime rivals. Is there any way to keep the provinces? No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's like a one-choice event. It's just telling you you're going to lose them rip. Well, yeah, like last game I didn't go prod as I went for a tolerant France. I'm thinking more of a middle line this time around. So what idea group are we? Do we start with culture ideas? This is pretty solid. They have reworked these. I've gone through the files. So we're gonna want some extra Diplo points. Sorry. We'll get the guy who, you know, essentially pays for himself. And we're pretty balanced right now. So maybe we won't do much else. And we're going prod, run the wall. Ever feel like U4 is a headache to play sometimes? Yeah, on occasion. Oh, we should definitely consider seeing out who would be good allies, neighboring countries, but for now... Mecklenburg Stargard is just a one-province minor, so maybe not. Offer alliance. So we do have some choices. Bohemia would ally with us because we are an elector. They are the current emperor. So we'll do that. There we go. Wittelsbach rule in Brandenburg. The Wittelsbach nominally rule in Brandenburg and claim the title of elector, but they have little interest in the affairs of Berlin. This has hardly ingratiated them with the nobility of our country. I'm sure everything will be fine, so we just straight off the bat lose two stability, our foreign culture with Bavarian, and we lose the ability to have any promoted cultures. Switches cardinal hat from Protestant suit and tie. Now burn all the Catholics. Yeah, that's So the Brandenburg is a rough start in the beginning. Damnation. We are going to appropriate some land. Our manpower is important, but so is money. I think we're going to need every bit of manpower that we can get as for now. But I like admin and I like military points. Yeah, you definitely need to remember to cancel. 50% is not much, but I do like keeping the money in the long run. Let the game run a little bit. We'll move her up to 2. We'll slowly get her up to 4. Oh, W's are pronounced as V's. Okay, so Wittelsbach. My bad. My bad. I'm just pronouncing it how it's written. It's the curse of being a speaker of the English language. Maybe... What's our budget like? 1.51, okay. Well... Okay, well, I accidentally clicked. So which one did I click? Did I tell him take it by force? Kind of not on purpose, so this is going to be a rough ride. I think CE is not calculated yet, so... Let the game get slowly chug with all the starting events. It's slow for the first 2 years as everything gets set up. Ooh, some major thinking. And there, that was the CE events. We have a wife. Her name is Barbara. SCH/ST as an SH sound. Okay, well, again, I will try to do the best I can. Where else are you streaming? I'm just streaming on YouTube. Just YouTube. I used to stream on Twitch, but I moved over to YouTube. Mostly because it's much more stable. I always had a lot of errors. I took land by force. Yeah, I had to move my mouse over and I accidentally clicked. But I'm not seeing, well then I should see... no, maybe I didn't. I should be seeing it in some places, well, I'm Canadian, so we don't have the nukes. So if my words have like a French twinge, Quebecois twinge on it, then that's... yeah, he's a Canuck though. Eduardo is correct. Okay, so I think we've gotten through the startup event, so we'll put her up to 4. The beginning bit of this game will be pretty much the startup. No. America is Canada's pants. Get it right. Ah, okay, so I'll take the stability. I don't really need the legitimacy, but the stability is very important for us. So the church getting all pissy with us was totally fine by me. This guy got banned on Twitch, and the guy got mad, made a 4chan post about naughty things. Wow. Oh well, what can you do? No, I'm not from Quebec. I just had, like in Canada, you take French mandatory up until about grade 9. Basically, American. Nah, we don't have Trump. We have Trudeau. Not as great, but you know, it's not Trump. Not Trump bad. That being said. No, I'm from the GTA in Ontario, the Greater Toronto region, which always threw me off when people were talking about... oh, don't do anything too silly, and because I'm not a big fan of moderation, but I will do it. No country with French as an official language can judge. It's true. Because if I have to move my mouse off of my one monitor to over there, there's problems. Definitely when I'm recording. That's not nice. You have some money, but it's... well. Eventually we'll move our capital to actually Berlin. Promote Ost. Balloon. There you go. So this is a part, I believe this is a part of that summod that I did, the Ost-Loon. So eventually these areas will become German, or Germanized. Oh, I'm not that good at French. Don't spawn testadores. I don't know what that means. It's been a long time. Most of the time, if I'm translating French, I need some sort of translation software off to the side. I can pick off simple stuff, so I can function in Quebec, but do not trust me to have a conversation or read anything above probably what they would consider kindergarten level. England, C++. Oh, sorry, I've had this on pause for a while. I apologize. English, math, C++, C#. .NET, HTML, CSS, those things I understand, but other languages, they get me. Google Translate for the win. Yep, that is my best friend. Yeah, so when a person's like, you should put it up to number 5, my computer is not fast enough to run it as is. because of all the things under the hood. If this was vanilla, I could run it on 5 and we'd be just like blitzing. But with basically everything that is mu and tax is it's just not noticeable. So I can put this up to 5, and I think I gained millisecond faster per day. So it's just not noticeable, and I believe this will just improve stability. The Second Reich shall rise from the ashes of the First Reich. Yeah, pretty much. We're just gonna have to weather the storm that is all the events that kick Brandenburg in the nuts in the beginning of the game. And go from there. Eventually our country our house will be for sale. Like, whoever rules will I think at some point we go over to Luxembourg. And I think then it goes like free game. I can't remember the whole series of events. I just remember being mildly annoyed. That being said, I do want... Okay, so we don't have any burgers at all, so that's an indication that we don't have cities. Kind of privilege. Oh my god. Dear lord. We are definitely going to have to run a game where we have lots of stability. This is a lot to get rid of. We're going to have to kick them out of the army first. Okay, how about my lesser nobles? Not nearly as bad. But altogether, I think we have like 12. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7 here, and then we have 4 with the lesser nobles, and that's 11 altogether. That's quite a bit to get through. That's 11 points of stability, assuming each one we revoke takes away a stab point. Yeah, they need to remove that the bloat from the HRE. Adds and takes things out, which deals with your communication efficiency. They need like a tool from Paradox, modding support, that calculates distance. So until they get that, you're gonna have to suffer with the whole removal and addition to the HRE, as that's how you calculate the efficiency. Well, you know, the Bavarians have the beer thing going on, so they did something right. I don't know. Yeah, this province is targeted by our Oist-Siedlung program. So this will eventually become a Germanized Polish, or like our culture itself. It's not bad. I'm much in favor of preventative measures for healthcare. It's far cheaper than waiting until it's you can't wait anymore and you're in the emergency room. No, my grandparents are Scottish English descent. So my grandparents were actually there during the bombing of London. Grandfather was not allowed into the service in the Royal Air Force. So yeah, good luck with that. He brought over to Canada a piece of shrapnel that flew by his head from a bomb that was dropped in around Birmingham. And that thing was a huge hunk of lead. And it was heavy. It was bigger than the size of my fist. Ah! More assholery. Okay. An offer we can't refuse, question mark. The Emperor has offered to purchase the March of Brandenburg from our ruler for a very substantial sum. The nobility have had enough of him and will certainly be quite angry if we refuse. Shall we accept? Yeah, this is... yeah, I would like the terribleness to go away. Better a peasant in Bavaria than an emperor in Brandenburg, so technically we could keep our land. But this is more historical, and we can always get our land back through force of arms. It kind of gives me a reason to go to, gives me a way to get a war on with them. Yeah, so we're just gonna go the historical route. Cool. Okay, well, may rule wisely. Good, good. Albrecht Achilles, that's an interesting name. Hannelore is our new wife. Ah, good. Stability increase, that is something we need. Yeah, you can say no. That's true. But it also changes our main culture back to Eastern Elbe. So that takes away... Should have played Ireland? Fuck Ireland. I say this of being Irish descent, so fuck Ireland. Lead Lung. Maybe we actually need to focus on Diplo. Because we're going to be burning... Oh, don't crash. You know, you're just thinking. Got it. We're never going to do that. Actually, do you get stability? No. Hey Bohemia, will you do this? It doesn't cost me anything, so might as well see. Yeah, I figured. Oh, it did cost me prestige. I am sad. We need Diplo. That hurts, man. Play Ireland next, please? No, I have little to no desire for Ireland. That's a whole area of not fun. Mostly because it's treated as pretty separate until they break away these Irish clans, the clanlands. Dutch. Dutchy. Yeah, I tried. And then I lost 25 prestige, which is okay. We're going for the diplomatic idea group, so... I mean, cultural idea group. Oh, no desire for Ireland. I try to play nations that seem like fun. Or seem interesting with the mechanics currently in play. And unfortunately, like, it's gonna be a build-up period for the first bit, but then there's gonna be war, and cake, and war, and cake. Can you ally anyone? In Ireland? Everyone wants Ireland. Not really. You can't ally anyone off of the Irish mainland. At least I can't ally with anyone in Ireland. So, like, offer alliance. I'm also Holy Roman Empire. There's something that the Irish clans are not states. They do not sign alliances with other powers. So the Irish can't ally with anyone outside of Ireland, or I believe anyone inside Ireland, by the sounds of it. They're not even, they're like tribes. That's just cold. It's harsh, I know. But I have no desire to play there. Ireland in Crusader Kings is fun. But it's like playing in the HRE, but worse. They definitely recommend the Common Sense mod for for this button and the pop data to be displayed, and Cossacks for the estates. It's in the sub forum. They have their DLC policy where they straight up you know, tell you that they try not to. Oh, our education's going on, but that's fine. We don't have a whole lot of money for that. Where they tell you basically their scheme. They don't want to like force people mandatory DLC. So technically you could play without them, It's just, it improves the gameplay with Cossacks and common sense. Those are the ones that they recommend, but they've done many things. Oh, Rights of Man. Was it Rights of Man? I thought it was Common Sense. Either way, the one that allows the whole pop button here. Ooh, thinking under the hood. Thinking under the hood. Paradox and the Cilia DLCs. Well, I can tell you that the policy that they had beforehand was far worse. This is a step in the right direction, but I think they've kind of gone overboard at some points. Particularly with CK2. And, you really need to work on this engine. What are my Brandenburgian ambitions? Prussia, at least. I'm aiming for Germany. Right now, we're literally at a state where we're trying to build Brandenburg up to fighting standard. So it might take a while. We're not as, you know, get out of the box kind of like France here. Where we could just kick ass, take some names, and call it a day. I've essentially kept up with the DLC most of the time. If I really liked some of the things that they offered, quality of life wise, right? But most of the time, I don't. Mostly because I find EU4 vanilla very boring. It's very bland to me. No. We don't need to waste money on the courier. Yeah. Their DLC policy is at least up front. Like, I understand the purpose behind it, continued development of the game. Because development isn't cheap. Programmers like getting paid, so do artists. And it also keeps the artists continually employed. Same with their composers. Like, I know people in the industry, and that's a lot closer to contract work and freelance work than desirable. But it keeps more of them employed, the last I heard. And I don't know for sure. Yeah, if you guys have questions, I try to respond to them. Like, definitely when we're in the peaceful periods. But when there's a war going on, I usually, focus a bit. Alright, man. Considering you can't, unless someone like leaks it, and I'm definitely not going to. I like stability points, so lead the pogrom personally. Stability! Sorry, Jews. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna publicly advocate for piracy. Heck, I don't even want to privately advocate for it. As a programmer, that's one thing I don't want to hear about. It's like, thanks. Leave him alone. Oh, I'm down, that's sad. Promote Jews, convert to it? I miss my land. It was my land. Anyway, let's see what we do got. We got a commune hall here. So, there is some urban population in Berlin. we will invest in Berlin. This is a pretty good idea. Well, actually, I have noticed that sometimes city-states like Schwarzburg, well, not Schwarzburg, like a tiny imperial city, they'll get the minority event enough times that they will flip to Judaism because their only province is Jewish, and then they convert. Shit! I'm not gonna give up 191 ducats. I only make like 1.27 a month. And I'm Catholic. Interest would kill me. Who's anti-Semitic? No, I just want stability. And that was very much a thing during this time period. Just give me this. Oh, I'm pretty sure the Russians had pogroms until the 18th century, I feel. It's been a long time since I've read that history. But I know that they were a quick and easy way to let the peasants blow off steam. Similar with witch hunts. You look back on it, it's atrocious. But that was how it was at the time. Atrocious. It's always fun to see Joey's promises sprinkle weirdly over the world. It is. That's why I'm hoping to pick up the Humanist Minority Control mod. It slows down that event. Oh, good. Feel like I'm gonna have a strong need for legitimacy. And as Brandenburg, I think we can fall behind on Diplotech and be okay. Not nearly as important to us given that we have no ports and not enough money to pay for anything else on this list. He said, where is this guy? The South Baltic? Is that actually a good place? Well, it's not really. So we'll just move him to South Germany and get it to move forward. It's not like we're doing a whole lot with that. Now, just a heads up, I'm not a big fan of trolls either, so try to keep that down. As I said, if I have to move my mouse over there, that's not good. So you say. I don't think they work that way in this game. Yeah, pretty much. Actually, a lot of minorities, they do that. They are, honestly, Jews in the mod are the most non-threatening minority. Usually paying you a few ducats here and there for a synagogue. Yeah. And half the time, and most of the time, I feel like when I click it, it doesn't send the message like this minority may grow. So it's like, oh, I'll take 15 ducats. Sure. I'll take 40 ducats. I wasn't dead set on that. I just wanted the stability. It's like... Yeah, I found when I went to Africa in my France game, it was like disloyal Muslims spawn instant rebellion. And I was like, well, okay, I guess these 20,000 troops are staying here. I think they rebelled twice in a period of 10 years. Mm-hmm. Makes sense. True. Yeah. I usually, like, after you get your first witch burning event, there is a decision where you can tell them to, you know, stop that. And I usually take that right away. It's like, no. Definitely since those events give nothing beneficial, they're just annoying. So, it's like, stop that. Someone's wives or daughters here, man. Just because you're incompetent doesn't mean they have to die for it. Yeah, let's get the town hall. So I can move my capital over to Berlin. Actually, is there an event that does that? Russia. There doesn't seem to be an event where I move my capital to Berlin. Okay. And I definitely want my capital to be Berlin to give it the bonus, the capital bonus. Right? I hate that event. It annoys me. I hate when those Gazi Avengers just come out of left field to siege and steal provinces. Ah, I hate that. I remember playing in the region. I just hated that event. So much hate to flow through you. Not good. Actually, let's see if we can demand something from either of these. That'd be pretty nifty. Just political support. Okay, demand support. I would like to get the stability going faster, good sirs. Congress of Krakow. Sure. I don't know what this leads to. I haven't played in this area for a while, but that will be fun. Sure, I can give 5 ducats. We are at our max land force limit. A glorious 4 out of 4. So good. Our court is going down. To be fair, I guess we can give it 1 whole ducat, maybe. We'll reach an equilibrium somewhere. I don't even think we have any universities currently. Yeah, I actually have a strong feeling that our students are going away. Probably to Magdeburg. Yeah, we don't have a university anywhere. Yeah, to get the art center up, you need at least the town hall. Because you need at least a base urban gravity and such. Like you need the town hall to get such things. So that's why I was saving up for the town hall in Berlin. 2, that allows us to move our capital there. Mostly. Do you want to get banned? I can do it. Not that hard. Click banned. I can only go so fast though, unfortunately. And the sooner I can get some burgers going, that would be fantastic. Why? Why would you want to be? I don't mind, I can oblige, it's very simple. That is the weirdest request I've ever had. What's the development in Paris? What's the development in this place? Asking to get banned is definitely a new one. Well, he wanted it. I don't mind. Ban me, please. Okay. That's how you get your jollies. I'll oblige. Oh, you mean the merchants? Yeah. Don't get me going. Every time I hear that word, I'm like, I have some burgers in the freezer. And the grill is not too far away. I can satiate this thirst for meat. Silas, do you want to be a moderator so you can like give out all these ban hammers to people who ask? Do you want that power and responsibility? Silas, you're a mod. Power structures established. Silas has been, well, at least I recognize the name Silas from earlier streams for quite a while. So, and you know, chatting with the guy. So far as I can tell, he's not a monster. So, or at least as far as I can tell over the internet, I'm human. I make mistakes. I don't know. Maybe they just want to be banned so they can just tell a story about how I'm a mean person. And this guy's an evil asshole. I don't know. Oh dear lord. Silliest thing. This is literally the episode where people, you know... Oh, hi Vincent. Thank you for all the advice, by the way. I'm pretty sure I've taken it to heart. And welcome to the live stream. feel like your name is fairly recognizable, so. As the channel grows, I'll definitely be adding more mods. Definitely on Discord once I finally make that group. Discord still has no power structure. Discord can be dealt with at any point in time. Probably within the next couple of days. Yes, YouTube. YouTube. Plus 25 corruption. Plus 2 point. Plus. Quarter of 1 corruption a month. Yes. That is the power of the nobility I have bestowed upon Silas. Yeah, I'll create a power structure over in Discord in a while. It's mostly just to help out. And yeah, as the channel grows, there'll be more moderators. But, you know, for now, Silas doesn't seem like an evil asshole, so he can get it until I hope I don't have to take it away. That wouldn't be fun. Like the banhammer, but worst. Banning a mod, that'd be terrible. Frankos, the Discord needs a strong leader, a man who speaks softly and carries a big stick. At one point, it will have a man who carries a big stick, I suppose. Want that tax? I like stability. It is best. And, you know, it's not really out of nowhere. Like, technically, I could monitor stability and national equality, but I just, you know, trying to make the right decisions to make it work faster for me. Oh, thank you, Caleb, for the Patreon. Thank you. That's much appreciated. Wow. Do you have feedback how to improve that place? I've just kind of, you know, set it up quickly, and I didn't expect it for quite a while to even get like $1 out of it. That's much appreciated. Very appreciated. Having money. It's always appreciated. It helps pay for software, internet, potential repairs. Oh man, I hated when I had to like send in this microphone. But yeah, definitely, as I said in the channel update, I'm always looking for things to improve the channel. Right now it's a hobby, but you know, if it grows, I'll definitely, you know, put more effort into like, you know, organizing, like giving it some more organization, like doing more on the chat. I would love to do a charity at one point in the future. There's so many good things. Well, I don't like losing legitimacy, so fuck you. We're already losing legitimacy because we pissed. Oh no, we're gaining it slowly. Man who will forge an empire of iron and blood. Blood and iron. Bismarck. That's currently my oh. Always nice. Aww. Someone pissed in their cereal. Are you really gonna wait 5 minutes? Well done, Silas. The trains must run on time. Yes. Mussolini over there. My prestige is already negative and it still drops. Denied promotion. Oh, that's really killing it. Gabby Court. Did my one ducat do anything? I feel like it didn't. Damn. Yeah, that's my response to pretty much when you get random events like that way to you know, spice up the game. Essentially, is what they do. And it's like the greater noble's loyalty deteriorates. Ah, so someone pissed in your cereal, I see. 2 girls, 1 cup that as well. I'll probably delay uploading this video by a couple of days, just to let more of the French episodes run through, and to let me build up backlog a little. So that's nice. So at one point I'll be releasing probably about 2 episodes a day, probably as the French series comes to an end, as all good things must. I was having fun with that. I'm more sad that save game corrupt. I was hoping not to have to start a new series for maybe quite a while. I wanted to fight China as France. That was my in-game goal. I wanted to break the Ming Empire. Yes, Nietzsche, someone did. Ah, the beginning game. Okay, who are you allied with? No one. Okay, then. What? Yeah, just stop. 2, I plan on invading them, so build buy network. Well, spoilers, that's disappointing. I'm sorry, Vincent L. That game came to an end. I thought I mentioned that in the channel update. That the French series was coming to an end in the late 17th century. I swear I did. Yeah, it was really sad. I wanted to fight China. Why is the thumb pull nail still a straw pull? Because that was the start of this show. This episode is gonna go private. At the end. So it's not like this will be seen. This will be uploaded as like a separate episode later on. I don't know, the Ming were doing pretty good over there. I just wanted to break them. Like, it's like in Victoria 2, Great Britain was like your endgame final boss. You know, it's someone who you broke. And I was slowly making my way over there, and I had a launching pad in Taiwan, and I consolidated it by taking Portugal's little piece of it. Yeah. They are rightfully OP. They are a great power even now. So is France. Do well, France. Actually, it looks like they, well, it looks like they negotiated the release of Jean with England because Aquitaine took the lands that they typically get from that. I don't believe... Oh, they're still at war, so they did negotiate that. Nope. They're at war with Savoy and the rest of the empire. There's a delay on Discord video. Well, it's a 30-second delay, really. It follows the same delay as YouTube. So eventually it will pop up. And there's a 90-second delay that it will eventually fade away as well. So it's not permanently there. I felt that was like the best way. Let it linger a bit. So it's about 30 seconds. Someone timed it. Well, technically the Ming, well, eventually they fell apart due to, I think, I can't remember, but it's usually, given how dynasties typically fall in the Ming Empire, bureaucracy gets too strong, eunuchs take over, Ming, the emperor becomes a puppet, some rebellions come, someone strong comes in and just kind of likes it too much in China and just kind of calls himself the new emperor, and rinse and repeat. Very cyclical, the mandate of heaven. So, like, the Ming come to power, typically, and they don't fall from power because it's hard. They are strong. Yeah, the Qing. They were one of the tribes, in, like, one of the Mongol tribes, and they just came down, helped with the Boxer Rebellion, and took over, I believe. I don't know the exact details, you know, I'm not a historian. I do like reading about history, but I'm not an expert. So if I make a wrong, like, statement, then it's probably because my memory is just a little foggy. I'm always willing to figure it out. Living or dead? Yes. Thank you, Hannelore. Two, I don't really hate many people. You have to be a real son of a bitch for me to thoroughly detest and want to hate you to the core of your being. So that's impressive. There are a few people that, you know, have not affected me, but judging by their actions, I would hate it if I've hated them from the very core of my being. But no, it takes a lot for you to do that. One, I have to know you personally, and two, you have to affect me in such a way that I would do so. Oh, it wasn't the box? You're right, you're right. The Boxers were something else. The Boxers Rebellion, I think, called in a lot of European powers to help, including Japan, who did a lot of the heavy lifting in the area. What was the rebellion that brought the Ming Empire down? Yeah, you'd be correct to think, no, it's Hitler. I don't really hate anyone. Why waste that time? I think the meme, don't give a fuck, is, have no fucks to give. Pretty on point. Because why waste that much time hating someone? Like, what are you gonna do about it? You think that they learn by the third time. This peaceful period. Oh, MEIOU and Taxus, I love you. But the only thing that I know that runs slower is Pride of Nations. And I know that they try their best to optimize the game. I live in Canada, man, and why would I need to do that? Seriously, there is something wrong with you. What would that solve? Violence is the first discourse of the week. It's true. The Boxers were a reaction to rising Western imperialism. In many cultures, there was that response too. It wasn't unique to China. Yeah, it did not go well with the great powers. That is indeed true. No, I refuse to speak of that name. That's not hate, that's annoyance. Like styrofoam. An annoyance. Or a deep nasally voice, or a high-pitched nasally voice. That gets me too. I have a hard time focusing on someone's words if they have a high nasally voice. Like, no fault against them. They could probably be speaking like the greatest thing ever, and I would just drives me nuts. Anyway, this was going to be a shorter stream today. No. Damn it. We got caught. And I know that wasn't high enough for me to have missed it. At least our prestige is rising. Mittelmark. Berlin. Okay, we need quite a bit of money for this. I would get the university first to help out our education. Because we don't have any universities anywhere in all of Brandenburg. No, everyone's got their dislikes and likes about things. That's just one that I find annoying. That being said, it was going to be a shorter stream today. Only one diplomat, wow. Yeah, well that's what happens when you don't have a shit ton of money like I did as Paris and your court's level 2. So we are losing one. Actually, we're not losing one, it's just that the court was -1. So shabby, court level 2, so you know, that's fun. Our court is shabby. Just the thing that, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of. I've only met one person in my life that actually had that kind of voice. And that's how I discovered it. Oh god, you guys are harsh. Yeah, so this is literally just a build-up episode. Let time fly as Brandenburg. Yeah, the beginning's a bit slow, but I am trying to form a claim on Rupin there. I like that collector. You can die. There are no advisors available? Really? Really? Okay, we probably got someone now. Oh, it's another collector. Wow. Thank you, game. God is rough right now. Really rough. We have so little money. I'm so used to being France, having such a better economy than this. I thought it was blame Canada. I thought that was the thing. Oh, I thought that was the go-to thing to do. Blame Canada. Man, our prestige. That is rough. Boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Come on. We need to get it up to what, like 40? 60! Oh man, that almost seems impossible. Yeah, our chat is full of edgy teens. I think they're breaking the law or something. But really, they're just conforming to what everyone thinks about teenagers. Good job. In your attempt to strike out, you are doing exactly what everyone expects you to do. That being said, I think this would be a good time for the cut on the episode. So, as always, thank you for watching. We have a Discord channel. It's a quick click away from the My Channel page, homepage. Furthermore, like, favorite, subscribe always helps the channel grow. Leaving comments, I'll get back to them as soon as I can. And I do try to, incorporate them. But sometimes you might need to catch me on the Discord channel because that will be faster. And also see where we're at streaming live. I can, read as I go. That being said, it's been a blast. There's still the Patreon channel if you think I deserve it. Also off of my channel. But always have a blast. This is your host, Acularius, signing off.